it's another beautiful January day. How many videos have I said that at the start of? But it is. There was another frost overnight, not too much of a frost though, and there's a gentle breeze today, which is making it feel very pleasant. And we avoided the predicted fog of last night. Consequently, where I'm sat on this south facing slope, it's very nice. You still wouldn't think that it was January, and we're still getting by without any winter here in Nottinghamshire. Now today's video is a contentious subject amongst conservationists. I don't even know whether I will publish this. I may well do a bit of a questionnaire to see people's views and to test people's views on the subject, but I'm planning to release several hundred caterpillars. These are garden tiger caterpillars. I reared about 15 before Christmas. They bred, and I've reared several hundred caterpillars to what is now a good size, what I think, for release. And the weather is fine. I'm releasing them today while the sun's highest point in the sky, and I'm releasing them on a private site. It's a site where garden tiger were found many years ago, like throughout Nottinghamshire. The garden tiger was once a common species, and a typical species found by the boys from the 1950s through to the 1970s. Then it all went wrong for the garden tiger. Something went wrong and numbers declined. Personally, I think that it was the overuse of pesticides and herbicidal sprays that did the trick when they became more greatly available within both the horticultural and gardening trade. It's a shame that such a wonderful caterpillar, enigmatic of many childhood stories and sunny days and carefree times of childhood, was now no longer found in Nottinghamshire. Well, as you can see, these are only part of them. I do have rather a lot, including these, and then 2 more tubs with these in. Now these are all of a decent size now. They're all sort of around the inch mark. They've got another couple of molts to go, and my plan is to release these now on this site, this private site. Maybe they'll get established, and once again this area or this site will have garden tigers flying around it. This species deserves to be as common as it once was. Over the years in Nottinghamshire and other counties locally, there's been a number of reintroduction schemes done by individuals. One individual, Martin White, was especially known for such releases, and boy, what a talent he had at breeding butterflies, and his legacy of what he left behind still lives on. I did do a few videos in the spring highlighting species and his releases. Martin's work was legendary, and although not welcomed by the authorities and the so-called conservation organisations at the time, he still did a brilliant job. But Aside from Martin's releases, many of which have been successful and remain successful to this day, there have been others that haven't been so successful. Species like the White Admiral in Eaton and Gamston Woods was successful for a time, but then died out. Silverwash Fritillary at the same time appears to have gone the same way, but it's believed that these weren't Martin's releases originally. Somebody else is also doing it. One of the most well-known releases is of Purple Emperor in Cockgrave Forest, and probably at another couple of sites as well. Purple Emperors are starting to turn up at odd locations. I say odd in inverted commas. And although these releases were at one time very much frowned on by the experts, county recorders and butterfly conservation, everybody's going to see them. The Purple Emperor and other species such as brown hairstreak at Cockgrave Forest are both now well attended. They're almost twitched, to be honest, and there's a steady stream of eager observers wishing to see both species. Rather condones the acts of releases and rather takes away any argument as far as I'm concerned. Not that I would have any argument regarding the releases anyway. As long as it's native species to the UK or to the area of release, it's fine by me. I don't have a problem with it. The authorities still do, but they like to show their might occasionally. Not that most of us are bothered, of course. So the release of several hundred garden tiger caterpillars then. It's quite exciting. I didn't think breeding these would be so easy, and I didn't think the pairings, although I didn't see any pairings, but I didn't think all the resulting eggs would be fertile, but they were. Out of several egg batches, only a handful were infertile. Right, it's release time. I will just scatter these in this long grass and vegetation. It's ideal. South facing, any water will just run off, so this site won't stand in water. The food plants are all here and in abundance, so let's release some. Next lot. Job done. Well, that's them gone. They were costing me a fortune in dock and white dead nettle. Thankfully, there's an abundance of dock here. It should be the ideal site, and it's a site that I will be running the moth trap at several times during the course of the year. Maybe one will turn up at the light. It'd be nice. It'd be nice if several turned up. To see the garden tiger established again in the area would be brilliant. To see how long that population can sustain. Several releases of butterflies in Nottinghamshire have ended up doing very well, marbled white being one. Although it has been released at several sites, butterflies have spread from those sites to independently colonise new sites. Sometimes nature needs a little bit of help. The slim chance of garden tigers ever appearing here at this site in Nottinghamshire under their own steam. They are found in the north of the county in the Isle of the Valley. Elsewhere in Nottinghamshire? No. I say, they either do well and establish themselves, or they don't. I'd rather do something like this than have killed them and pinned them to a board.